On the first down completion. And getting our first update now from Nashville. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. Dalvin Cook, a first quarter touchdown there.
Green 39! Green 39!
On second down, it's McCoy. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and just like that, it's third down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Going to try and throw on third down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up fourth down. Still leaves him with fourth and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Encroachment, defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Star Latulippe forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
At running back is Jordan Howard, who was an absolute revelation as a rookie, but he finished second to Ezekiel Elliott for the rushing title in 2016. And no sophomore slump for him at all. Followed it up with a second straight 1,000-yard season and finished 5th in the league in rushing.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now the Bears' 6th-round pick in 2014, Pat O'Donnell on to punt. And now out come the Bills. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now let's take a look here at the Bills' offense.
LaShawn Shady McCoy, one of the best running backs in the NFL. Why? Because of his ability to run the football. He's going to be a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out. But how about his ability to catch it out of the backfield and continue to create big plays?
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Benjamin's got it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Allen off the play fake. Over the middle, it's Holmes. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now a 1st down carry here from McCoy. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Set! 3-19!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And this is going to be incomplete.
an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Cunningham now to return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On first down, Trubisky. And that's incomplete. Quickly now, a look at the Buffalo defense.
I'm focused on Tre'Davious White because as a rookie, 4 interceptions, terrific coverage, and an excellent tackler in the run game. And remember, the Buffalo Bills had the number 10 pick his year. They moved back and still came out of it with Tre'Davious White, who many thought was the Rookie of the Year on defense in the NFL.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The defensive tackle Kyle Williams there for the stop.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now it's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give to McCoy. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
Now let's go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. This is taken at the 23. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the 1st quarter. 3-0 is our score, and we're back to Soldier Field after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
All right, here we go. Blue, landed.
They run. This is Cohen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Look at the backup, Daniel. Over the middle, that's taken in by Bellamy. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They go play action with Daniel. It's brought in by Kevin White. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And that one results in 35 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Benny Cunningham taking it in. And the Bears are in for 6.
They got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people, but power his way forward.
Parkey adds the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Here's Taiwan Jones on the return. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
First toss of the game here for the backup Barkley. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now the first carry for the former Jaguar. This is Chris Ivory. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
3-19.
On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Barkley. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Here's Barkley. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. On second down, Ivory. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look, and now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play. Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early.
False start, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal.
Here we go now. Blue line it. Blue line.
Following the penalty, it's Ivory. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The Bills on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a third and goal here.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On the ground, Ivory. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He only has a single solo carry, 1. Numero uno, second quarter. They need to get in the ball more, don't they?
I'm not the greatest statistician in the world.
Yeah, you are.
But a back like that with only 1 carry kind of takes me back to college in the classroom. Not enough evidence to declare what you should do the rest of the game. Give him the ball some more and find out.
Will they incorporate him? We'll find out. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 55 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. They go with Cunningham. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd down, here's Daniel. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Shaq Lawson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man. Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on 3rd down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass.
Here we go now.
From the gun, here's Daniel. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Daniel Brown, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Now Jones. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Bills getting set to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Green, 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Set. 3-19.
And on the ground they go with a running back. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Credit the tackle to Kylie Fitz, the former Utah Ute.
Well, not a huge game there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
He'll look to throw. A dump underneath to Jones. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by McLeod. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Ray McLeod from 4 yards out. And his guys now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Hauschko with the extra point, and the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Chase Daniel and the offense heading back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing on second down, Daniel. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Out of the gun, Daniel. Got him in, it's Brown. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They go play action here on 1st down. Got a man open, it's Wims. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Daniel on 1st down. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this 1st half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less.
Here we go now.
So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up this weekend in the NFL. In our game, the starters are long gone, but still some intrigue to see guys trying to make a late roster push as we get you back out to.
Set to resume. Here we go with the 2nd half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now Chase Daniel in the offense heading back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the 1st half.
Well, normally
Now let's go. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Here we go now. Blue lining. Blue lining.
Now Bray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense.
Get under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They're able to complete this one to McLeod. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Pass incomplete. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think what you said, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Blue landing. Blue landing.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And a great job here. This is going to turn out.
Just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they'll go on the ground. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Tackle made that time by David Bass.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep, and on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's Jones. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They'll give it up to Ivory. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man, it's McLeod. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Set. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Ivory. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Andrew Brown there on the stop.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but when he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe. So now second half, week 4 of the preseason, all the starters, they departed after 1 quarter. Some folks may call this garbage time, but don't tell that to the guys that are out there now.
No, I would agree with that totally because there's still jobs to be won or lost during this portion of the game, this final opportunity for them to make a positive impression.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39, green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Foster from 8 yards out, and the Bills are in for 6. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2.
Hurry up, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue line it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
All right, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
They'll drop the throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over, and that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Blue line it.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue line it.
On play action, they'll throw. Going for it all. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
They'll look to throw here. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Now Jones. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Now Barkley. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's Barkley. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They give it to Ivory. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. This is about what you'd expect. Defense selling out to stop the run. Pretty good on 1st and 2nd down.
Yeah, you're no longer really worried about making sure you're holding up the offensive lineman as a defensive lineman. Now you're just talking about getting in gaps. You're trying to get upfield, penetrate, and make a play on the football, especially, before the running back really gets control of it. That's what you're doing. You're also bringing the linebackers in to jam the line of scrimmage, and a safety or two is going to be there as well.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. His 5th catch tonight. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here we go now.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
I don't know, man. What's happening, man?
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
Niggas say about crossbow.
I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field.
Yo, hey, Adam Sandler funny as hell, man. He got a stand-up out or something?
I think he's out or he's about to drop it.
Yo, this shit was kind of funny, man.
That nigga always funny.
This shit was kind of funny.
Coach got to catch the ball, but route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here we go now. Green 39.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
I just got done doing it. I just got done doing it. Ain't nothing better, boy. I remember back in the day, you used to have the magazines. I used to get pissed off because magazine. Find a magazine, they ain't had no good articles, boy. Motherfucker Jet be in the bathroom, boy. You look at the beauty of the week and it's done. You still got 10 more minutes on the pipe, boy. So now you got your phone, boy. You stay in there for a half hour if you want to, boy. You forget that you on the toilet and shit. Like, oh shit, let me wipe off, boy. Shit.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly.
Finish that goddamn game, boy.
Right here on
I
this play.
know he passed some shit. I know he passed a bunch of shit. I know he did. Because when I told him yesterday, I'm like, yo, I was by there yesterday. I'm like, yo, you know, some stranger missions be disappearing, yo. And some of them other missions be disappearing, side missions. All of them don't disappear, but some of them do. And nigga just looked like, oh shit. I guess something must have happened because he was like, oh, I want to spoil something. But
and Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the side.
I don't know, that nigga. The way everybody play games is different, so yeah, it is what it is.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Because, like, for that game to have, they said 60 hours of story missions. Well, not 60 hours story, but it took about 60 hours, you know what I'm saying, to complete. I did not want to beat that game that fast. I was pissed off that I beat Spider-Man, and I took my time with Spider-Man, too. I went through, did all them side missions. I was mad as hell when I got to the end of Spider-Man, like, God damn it.
And the Bears have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Probably him shit.
Yeah.
Like, because here's my thing, like, him and Xavier have been the most amped up about this game, right? Psycho been talking about Red Dead Redemption since, like, what, 14 months ago? You got it last Friday night, you done Monday night. Like, that don't, I don't know, man. That would fuck with me, man. I've been waiting on the game for, like, pretty much a year and a half, 2 years, and then I beat it over the weekend. I started it at the beginning of the weekend, and I finished it by that Monday, like, yeah.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown. The official says this one counts.
Yeah, because it's like, how, like,
And the lead is up to 5.
what are you going to do now until the online comes out? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm trying to, like, drag it out, because by the time I finish the story, online should be coming out, like, that week or a week later. Like, what is he going to do now for the next 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks until they drop this? And I don't know if they even officially dropped the date. I think they just said about a month after. They didn't. I don't know if they actually said an actual release date for the online. So,
now the Bills offense gets
what, you
ready
gonna play the story
to head back
again?
onto the field. They punted last time they
Yeah, I know how I am. I keep talking about like, oh, I'm gonna play it again and I'm gonna do the outlaw side. I ain't playing this goddamn story again. I ain't playing this story again. When have you ever known me to play a story again? It's been very fucking rare that I play stories over and over. Now, Psycho does do that. Now, he played, what was the name of that game? That Shadow Colossus shit. He played that over and over. I don't know how many times he beat Bully. Now, he does play games over and over and over again. So, that part would benefit him. Because I know myself, like, once I beat the game, I'm sitting there looking at that shit like, I know what I said. I know I said I was going to play it again.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so
now?
here's 2nd and 4.
What you think now? Playing this shit again.
Now a handoff left. It's Ivory. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Yeah. It is what it is. At least he enjoyed
in this
it.
situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw.
No pressure. He got all day.
Throw left side complete to Foster. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots
all day back
long.
there.
That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. He'll look to throw.
Oh,
and that's
damn, that was nice to get that interception. 21.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Finding room to the 20. Caught. This is Ivory. And down to the 19-yard line.
That's a wire headset or that's a Bluetooth one?
Offside defense.
Yeah, sometimes something goes on either in your house or right outside your house that fucking switches the channel frequencies, bro. That's what keep happening with my headset. Like something, I don't know if the modem is switching channels. That the modem might be on automatic or something as far as the channels.
But all the game
management and it crosses over onto my fucking headset channel.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here.
I don't have no computer to change that shit though.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
How about the timing on
they
that?
said at least he enjoyed the game. I can't, me personally, I can't go through a game like that. Like I said, I was mad. I took 2 weeks, just about 2 weeks to beat Spider-Man. I was upset. I was upset that story ended, boy.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
See, that was real silly.
Looking to throw.
See, that's the thing. Like, I probably, man, if I'd have just went through with the story, I'd have probably beat that shit in a couple days. But they story short. I stopped doing the story after a minute so I could just focus on getting 100% on each district and all that shit.
Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback
I knew once I beat the story, I doubted very seriously if I went back and did the side mission. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He couldn't quite hold it.
Okay, I was about to say, boy.
Pops out, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get the ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
You sure?
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
It's it, man.
Hell yeah, I was like on level 51.
He's going to get it running right. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those
all this shit with Cardi. God damn, like it was some more videos on that academics videos.
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at
going in, boy. She proving her shit though. She got the shit on her phone. And if you watch that video, like if you didn't know before, watch that video and realize we got to stop, as men, we got to stop texting bitches, boy. we got to stop texting bitches. That bitch had, what, this 2018? We had damn near November 2018? When did Motorsport come out? That's when the shit all started.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown.
Late last year?
It had to be last year because, what's his name? Joe Budden was still on that everyday struggle shit.
And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds.
Yeah, it came out last year.
Yeah, October 27th. So she showed dates in her phone, message threads in her phone from October of last year, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, as men, we need to stop texting. These bitches will not forget shit, boy, and they will pull shit up on your ass real quick. I clear my shit out every once in a while. Like, I ain't holding. Motherfuckers be texting me, what's up? Like, who the fuck is this? I don't even have your number saved and deleted the message thread. I don't know who you are.
I'm doing that shit too, like. Just go ghost for a little while. I'll be like,
that's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Come on, cut. I guess that shit didn't work out with that number.
That decision they made was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for
low.
Yeah.
It helps you with your decision making.
Don't be saying my name like that.
Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
She kept all that shit. She kept phone number and then all that shit about Nikki releasing all them phone numbers and shit. Leaking people phone numbers, like.
That's some crazy shit like that.
But Nikki is like this shit with Cardi, like all this does is make niggas go back. Nikki been like, it's a lot of bitches around the industry that don't like Nicki Minaj because she's done this shit with a whole bunch of females, yo. Like she wants to stay at the top, so anybody that starts getting some, if you a singer, she don't really trip too much. She still trips on some of them R&B chicks, but it's not too much. But if you a chick that's trying to rap, she throwing all kind of shade at you, and then she do shit behind the scenes to, you know, make it like, oh yeah, like, you know, stop. I don't want this bitch to get this much press run and all this shit. Like, she do that shit.
Before the game, they were running the route tree
This
about
the
as
thing is,
efficiently
like, why would you?
as
Bitch,
we
you was
could
one of
possibly
them. You
Right.
just like them trying to get up in the game.
Yeah, let's face it.
But then she be swearing up and down that she want people to, you know, people to make, like, bitch, just one way or the other. I'm not finna, like, don't do both. Don't sit there and do both. Like, oh, you know, I want these females to do this. I want females to have success. I'm all about women empowerment. But then you stopping bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you holding them back. And motherfuckers was saying like, oh well, Cardi the one that got pressed about that verse. Man, I'll get pressed about that fucking verse too. You ain't finna tell me I'm the quarterback and you the coach. Fuck out of here. Change that shit. That sound like a diss. It sound, and I look goofy as hell getting on the track and you dissing. I look, that remind me of the Young Buck shit. Young Buck when he had what was the name of that song? Stomp. And he had T.I. and Ludacris dissing each other on that shit. Like, I looked stupid as hell getting on that track because at first Cardi didn't have no verse. Like in her verse, it didn't seem directed at Nicki. You know what I'm saying? And then you hear that shit from Nicki, and it's like, if that shit would have came out like that, niggas have been like, yo, what the fuck? Why Cardi ain't say nothing? Like, why she on the track talking about some other shit and Nicki dissing her?
Back to throw here.
Now, what Cardi didn't say is that she changed her verse up, too, because her verse sounded like a response. And what's crazy is Joe Budden said this shit way back last year when that shit got released, bro. Like, that nigga, I ain't gonna lie, he a bitch. Like, Joe Budden is a bitch, because that nigga be two-faced in a motherfucker. But this nigga be calling a lot of shit, bro. And I think it's the rapper in him. Like, he be seeing through all, he said it way back when this shit released last year, and everybody was like, I think he like on some conspiracy theory shit. He said, like, yo, when I listen to this shit, it sounds like, even though Cardi's verse came on, I think Cardi's verse came on before Nicki's verse. I think they saved Nicki for last. He said, when I listen to it, it sounds like Nicki laid her verse, and then it sounds like Cardi's verse is a response. And then he was breaking it down because Cardi was like, Nicki was like, watch your man. Some shit, I forgot exactly how she said, but I know she said something about watch your man. And then Cardi verse, yeah. And then Cardi verse, all she was talking about was something I get all set on, you know, like she is watching. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down.
You're not finna diss me on the track, and then it's her boyfriend's track and shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna pull strings too. You damn right.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a second down.
Bitch, I remember you back in the day. You back in the Gucci man and shit.
Yeah.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
You know what I'm saying? And then she always want to play both sides of the fence, bro. Like, you remember Nicki, like, gee, when Nicki first came out, she was this chick that was putting up all these pictures, and, you know, explicit ass pictures, you know, the explicit lyrics on what she do, and all that shit was bullshit, because she don't, you know, damn well she don't do that shit when it comes to sex. But she putting up all this shit. Now all of a sudden she all about women empowerment and not exploiting women. Like, man, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, I remember all them pictures. I remember all that shit when you was doing the same shit Lil' Kim was doing back in the day. I remember all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop playing with me, yo. Who you think you fooling, yo?
Take a little bit of the wind out of their sails.
Yeah. Your ass was on back then, like, on some bullshit. Sitting there in that Anaconda video eating bananas and shit in the fucking lingerie. Like, bitch, what are you talking about? And then you want to make it seem like other, like, oh, men always exploit. Like, bitch, you did that. You shot that video. You do. Was she an assistant director or assistant producer on that video? That's her video. At that point, she was hot enough to do her own shit. She did that. Ain't nobody force you to. Who's gonna force Nicki Minaj to put on some shit or do a video that she don't want to do? Come on, man. You did that shit. Sex sells. And I get it. Sex does sell. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, man, like, I don't understand why she did. I know why she did it, but don't turn around and make it seem like, oh, I didn't want to come off and, you know, use my body or the body that you purchased. And man, fuck you. Fuck you. I don't like people. And I think that's why I'm more so on Cardi's side. I don't like fake people. If you a bitch, I respect it a lot more if you just, like, keep it 100 and be like, hey, yeah, I did tell them to cut that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, damn, no motherfucker, at least that bitch telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with that. I don't like niggas that's fake, like, they do shit behind your back and then turn around and be like, oh, I didn't, that wasn't me. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
One final shot, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of the first.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, I be paying attention. Like, I want to say when I kept telling y'all about that Drake Jay-Z shit, the subliminals, I started paying attention. Like, I stopped ignoring these rappers, like, cause these motherfuckers be saying shit in songs, and I just be like, oh yeah, he just saying in general. Like, I pay attention to everything, not even just lyrics. If you notice, Drake ain't been around Nicki lately.
The Bears get the win at home as we say so long.
Drake wasn't on Lil Wayne's album. Now, Lil Wayne said there was a sample issue, and I have my feelings about that too. Like, if there was Lil Wayne ain't put out an album since what? I'm Not a Human Being. That was 2013? So you ain't put out an album in 5 years, right? You finally get the green light to put an album out. The biggest artist, the biggest rap in the game right now, not necessarily the best, but the biggest rap in the game right now, biggest artist, is technically your buddy. You know what I'm saying? Your left hand man. He came up under you, technically. Mm-hmm. How do you not get him on that album? You know what I'm saying? I can see now if Lil Wayne would have did an album with no features, and like then I'd be like, okay, well he was just trying to prove a point, like he can do this shit on his own. That album is full of fucking features, except one. Mm-hmm. And you mean to tell me there was a sampling issue? Like, don't get me wrong, I know the samples are hard to get. Those are hard to get approved. Certain songs and shit, because you got to go through. Some of the artists aren't even alive anymore, so you got to go through the family. They make it tough as shit. But that's Drake, nigga. Like, if that shit didn't get cleared, y'all should have made another song. You know what I'm saying? Like, something had to happen where it's like, all right, fuck you. Drake, all the people that Nicki was getting into it with, Drake was bringing up on the stage on his tour. Travis Scott, Meek Mill, Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these motherfuckers she was getting, he's bringing them up on the stage. That's Drake. That's subliminal pettiness. You know what I'm saying? That's not just, that's just a, coincidence. Like, I'm cool with these niggas. I didn't really. No, nigga, you know what you doing. You know what the fuck you doing. Mm-hmm. So there's some shit there too. Like, this shit is just funny, man. This shit funny to me.
You don't know. You never know what's going on behind closed doors, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a lot of fake shit, a lot of funny shit. If I was a rapper in the industry, I ain't fucking with none of you, man.
Yeah.
Do a song. If they want to do a song with me, that's it. I don't give a fuck.
Don't text me either.
Mm-hmm.
I am not responding. Motherfuckers saving text messages and shit. Well, goddamn.
Well, she did that though. My folks tried to call her the Aya. She had her proof.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's smart by her. I'm just saying, now that I'm looking at this shit, like, I can't keep texting these bitches, boy. I be texting some wild ass shit, boy. I be texting some wild shit, man. I gotta watch it, man.
Dude, I'll tell your ass.
Man, all kind of shit. I'm sitting in court denying it. Like, didn't you tell her on October 22nd that you would, quote, beat that pussy up? Nah, Judge, nah, never. Not me. We have the phone records. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, wait a minute. Yo, approach the bench. Yeah. Fuck. Come on, man. Yeah, man. Shit, wild, man. You can't even talk to bitches the way you want to talk to them no more. And they be setting you up because they like that shit too. They like when you talk to them like that. It's like a catch-22.
Mm-hmm. You can't just text them, you saving this shit like
yeah. Cause it's like it's just like bitches that they cry rape. Now, don't get me wrong. There's niggas that's out here just really raping bitches. But there's also a lot of bitches that claim to like that, you know what I'm saying, that rough shit. You know what I'm saying? And they like to tell motherfuckers no, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you didn't run into a bitch like that before. Like, I be nervous as shit. Like, when bitches tell me that, I'm not good at it. Because I be sitting there like, I ain't doing it. Like, you tell me no, I'm be like, you okay? You alright? You sure? You don't want to do it? Nah, fine with me. Hey, yo, but it's bitches that do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, if I want to tell you no, and I want you to still take it. And like, I've had mad bitches tell me they want. I've had mad bitches tell me they want me to take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, mad bitches. But
something wrong with you. Something happened to you when you was a kid or something. But
oh yeah, definitely,
like that, baby.
Definitely, it definitely did. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. But like, niggas get caught up in that shit. You gotta be smart, boy. Like, I know it sound cool. Like, oh yeah, she said she want me to do this. That bitch setting you up, baby. That bitch setting you up big time.
I stopped right then and there, boy. Turn around. You want to do it? All right. Turn and move, baby. What you talking about? Where you going? What you talking about? That you want to do it? I ain't no rapist. What are you talking about? Trying to get a nigga caught up, baby. I know what you're doing.
They don't never text you that shit either. They always tell you that shit in person. Nah. Peep game, I got you.
You tell me, why you tell me this over the phone? You a smart motherfucker, huh?
Yeah, you are. You really are. That was a good one. You almost got me.
Give her ass a pound. You almost got me.
Alright.
I'll knock your ass out, bitch. I'm gonna do that right now. Elbow shit, bitch.
Yeah, man, shit.
Crazy.
Shit is crazy, man.
Me too, arrow boy. Shit.
Oh yeah, you can't fuck with that shit. Shit is real bad. Let me see. I gotta cut 22 goddamn players. 22. Hey! What's going on over there? Hey! Fuck is happening?
I'm doing them drills and shit, nigga. Ran into me. Hey! Like, yeah, I'm a lockdown defender, baby.
Practice squad. Cut. Cut. Cut.
Damn, I wanted to make a lockdown, like a slash and lockdown. Didn't get a chance to make it though. Motherfucking defense stopper with me on the goal. I'm like, nah, I don't want that shit, boy. I want that shit on Hall of Fame. I want to cancel that badge out completely. Niggas is not gonna shoot around me when I get that badge next. I don't know. I just made 3 players, boy. I'm going back and forth between these niggas. 85 plus.
This nigga can still go on the practice squad? What the fuck?
I was thinking about that Brittany Renner chick. Brittany, that bitch a freak, boy. Swallowed that nigga Lil Uzi's kids twice, and that nigga ain't never called again. I was crying, laughing, that shit.
Damn. Lil Uzi? Lord have mercy. I thought that little nigga was gay.
He
Hell
like pussy
no.
too. Seemed like
That boy went down her throat, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no.
I'm thinking about all niggas. They treat you like you the hoe you are. Like you think you special. Cause you cute and shit. That don't mean nothing else, baby.
Nah, definitely not.
And these niggas getting bad bitches on the regular, so you know it don't mean shit to them.
Hmm. But I ain't gonna lie, it's like I'm like, and I've kind of been at that point for a long time. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck about how you look. Like that shit don't mean nothing to me. I've always been like, especially like when it comes to that stuck up shit. Like I've never been on bitches nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you cute. Like no, you got to do
Mm-hmm.
more than just be cute. Like I don't move like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of niggas like go for that shit. Like man, you know, like you see these niggas in these comment sections, boy, little desperate ass niggas. It's like nigga, that shit don't do nothing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't get me wrong, I ain't saying I don't want to smash. I definitely want to smash, but I'm also saying
No, kiss your ass either.
I'm not gonna kiss your ass, and it don't mean nothing to me. You cute and all that shit, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. I just like honestly, that don't mean shit. I'm not finna be all on your shit just because you cute. It don't mean a damn thing to me.
Uh-huh. Goddamn thing. Shit out of here. I don't know. She's saying I put all that shit out in a book. I'm like, you basically just telling if them niggas they degree they treat you like the hoe you are. Like that's basically it. Like, bitch,
Yeah,
you ain't shit, bitch.
cause it ain't like, oh, like Superhead. I ain't gonna lie, like Superhead in her book, she was putting some niggas like she was letting you know she was a hoe, but she was also putting it out there like some of them niggas was falling in love with her. Like motherfuckers was proposing to her and shit like that, all kind of wild shit. Like, I can almost see if she went that route, but in her book, she's letting you know that she a hoe, and she letting you know that these niggas are treating her like hoes. Like, motherfuckers like, hey, don't call me no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, Colin Kaepernick
Mm-hmm.
won't even fly your... That was the funniest shit ever. Like, nigga won't even fly your ass out there. Find your way out here. If you can get out here, I'll fuck you. If you don't, oh well.
I was saying she saying that and shit, putting it out there like that don't make him a bad person, bitch. You ain't
Right.
shit.
Oh, the only thing it does is make you look bad because you end up flying out there. You found your way out there and that nigga fucked you.
I said you flew out there, nigga broke your motherfucking back.
Like he didn't
And
tell
call
y'all
you.
come out there so you can. I want you to come out here so we can kick it and go out and have good time. Blah blah blah. Why don't you come out here so we can fuck? I'm not paying for shit though. Like and your ass went out there.
Like a dumbass.
Not necessarily like a dumbass, like a hoe. You went out there like a hoe. So
Yeah.
that's what happens, baby. That's all you proved in that book is you a hoe.
Mm-hmm. Like, up over there doing all that extra shit.
I don't get it. Was she trying to like? Was she expecting? What was he expecting off that shit?
Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of hoes just like bought that book and shit. I'm like,
I
man,
guess.
you bitches doing that hoe and that shit, doing all that whole shit with regular niggas, boy.
Yeah.
I don't wanna hear about y'all business, boy. Nigga get you an oil change, you out here slobbing the nigga down for an oil change.
Oh
Get
yeah.
out
Oh,
here.
you talking about the average bitch out here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. The average bitch out here, boy. They fucking a nigga that work at Payless, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like them bitches, they swallow somebody's kids. That nigga work at Payless, boy. He making motherfucking $11 an hour. And she got his kids down her stomach. Like These bitches can't say shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, bitches be living foul. Boy, they be swearing up and down, though. Like, I'm a bad bitch. Can't a motherfucker tell me nothing? Like, yeah. You don't want a motherfucker to tell nothing. Because motherfucker got all kind of information. You heard me yesterday. I'm sitting there like, man, I ain't even going to say nothing. I looked at this chick picture on, like, every once in a while I just happen to see somebody picture on Facebook or Instagram. And I just be looking like, boy, I popped all over your face. Hey, yo, like, you disgust me. You fucking disgust me, bitch. Like, I know what I did to you.
Nigga had that motherfucker shownail face ball looking at her bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I did something real nasty to you.
Real nasty. Like, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. That, like, the shit I did to you ain't even funny. I feel like, I don't want to say I feel bad because I don't necessarily feel bad, but it's just like, after I did it to you, I wanted you to leave because I was like, yo, this not right. You a woman. And I just did some of the most despicable shit you could do to a person. I did that to you. I did that shit to you, man. Like, you walking outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing happened. Like, bitch, I just tore your ass off and did basically whatever the fuck I wanted to do to you. There's no playing that shit off. And then you on Facebook acting like, oh, I'm a bad bitch. Yeah. Yeah. You right. You a bad bitch. You a bad motherfucker, boy. It's only so many motherfuckers that can do some of the shit you just did. Nasty motherfucker.
Been doing this shit since you was 15. I know it. That's how it starts.
Yeah, you damn right, boy. That is how that shit starts.
Man. Bitch be young as hell. He doing all that freaky shit like, damn, he been doing this shit a long time, huh?
Mm-hmm.
God damn. You know why niggas, got some of these niggas out here chasing you and shit. Crazy. Like, nigga, look what you doing, bitch. You freaky bitch, you. Bitch like Charles Barkley catching that like fucking Charles Barkley snatching him down.
Man, Joe, like, it ain't even funny. Like, these bitches just be out here bogus with it, yo. They don't get no fucks.
But be on Insta, like, be on social media on some extra, on some other shit. Like,
yeah. Like, they ain't never fucked before. Like a nigga gotta be special to fuck. Like, baby, I been out with your ass like twice and we fucked. Both times. Both times. I fucked both times. What are you talking about? This shit be making me upset sometimes, boy. Like, sometimes I look at it and I just laugh. Like, hey, these motherfuckers crazy. And sometimes I be looking at some of they posts and I just be like, yo. Like, I'm just not the nigga that, like, I'm telling you because you don't even know who I'm talking about, but I'm not the nigga that just go out and, like, oh, like, fuck what she talking about. Like, I smashed, I destroyed that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not me. Because I could go out and just be saying some shit, some wild ass shit, but that's not me. You know what I'm saying? So I just get a little chuckle out of it when I see them posting. And they be bold, boy. They be posting some wild ass shit. I just be sitting there like, oh, this motherfucker's crazy. This motherfucker's crazy, yo. Like, she really sitting there like she ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like,